and welcome to the Running Channel. I'm Anna and today I'm going to give you a few tips on what to wear for a cold and wet run. Now if you're training for an event or you just want to go out there and run, then you can get out there and run when it is raining. After all, skin's waterproof. But I'm going to give you a few tips on the best things to wear when you're going out when it's wet. After all, the hardest thing of getting outside is just getting through the front door. The clothes you decide to wear are really important, and the material that they're made out of is something that you should be looking at. Cotton, really, when it's wet, is a total no-no. It holds on to the water and that can lead to chafing further on down the line. So make sure when you're picking a material for the clothes that you're going to be running in, if it's wet outside, that it's made from a technical fabric that wicks sweat away from your body when it's hot and when it's cold, and will also stop the moisture in the air from getting to you as well. Layering up is a bit of an obvious one, but have a think about how hot you're going to get when you run. So wearing lots of extra layers to keep you warm at the start is great, but the later you get into your run, the hotter you get. So try and dress as if it were about 10 degrees warmer than it is outside. It's not like you're going out for a walk in the rain and the cold, so you are going to be generating more body heat anyway. But remember that wearing more layers won't necessarily keep you drier. Have a think about the type of run that you're going to be going out on. If you're going for a long, slow run, you might want to wear more layers than, say, if you're heading out for a quick, short, fast run. If you're going out on a long, slow run, those extra layers will keep you warmer the longer you're out, as your body can adjust to the temperatures the longer you're out for and start to get a little bit colder. So your outer layer might be a jacket of some sort. So something light and windproof is good when it's cold and wet. Most running jackets you'll find aren't completely waterproof, because if they were, they wouldn't be breathable. So that means that all of your sweat will stay inside and there's nowhere for it to go. So most jackets will have panels under the arms. This one has panels on the back as well that are cut out, which means that it's much more breathable. Also, you'll find with these outer shells that they'll probably come in brighter colours, or could even be reflective like this one, because if you're heading out in the cold and the wet, chances are visibility will be quite poor as well. There's loads of accessories that can help you out when it's wet and cold as well. If it's really cold, then you might want to stick a hat or some gloves on, so you can get some lightweight running gloves, or thicker ones depending on just how cold it actually is. And then when you're thinking about your hat as well, you lose a lot of heat through your head. So you can get something warm, a running hat that will cover all over your head, or think about getting one that's got a peak on if it's really rainy, like this lovely Running Channel one, and that will keep the rain off your face too. Now, other accessories that you can get include a buff like this one. So if you use this buff as a neck warmer, so you can literally just put it over your neck and keep your neck warm like that, or you can just pop it around your wrist if you get too hot as well, which is great. You can also pop it over your head, and there's loads of different uses for a buff when you're out running in the cold. Also, have a think about if you're going to be taking your phone out with you, because if it's really wet, then you don't want it to be getting damaged. So you could pop it in a little plastic pocket like this one, or just a freezer bag or something similar. Maybe try and do it without your gloves on, otherwise it's a bit fiddly. And that will keep your phone nice and dry whilst you're out as well, so you don't want that to get broken. Really wet shoes and clothes can get very heavy quite quickly and can also lead to chafing, as I mentioned earlier on. So if you think that you are prone to getting chafing in particular areas, or you're going to get blisters, then you can do things to prevent that in advance, like putting something like an anti-chafe balm or Vaseline on your feet, your arms, your legs, anywhere that you think is going to chafe, even on your nipples perhaps, and around your sports bra area, on seams of clothing, all that kind of thing. So doing that in advance will really help you out. If you do find though that you do get some blisters, then check out our video on what to do with them, and we can give you some more tips there. The hardest part of running in the cold and wet is motivating yourself to get out there and do it. But give it a go with some of these tips. You never know, your days of being a fair weather runner may be behind you. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the Running Channel, and we'll see you next time.